Oh, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Give me a heart if you can hear me. So we are currently um, waiting for our top three yappers. They should be joining soon. Um, in the meantime, we are gonna wait for a couple of minutes and then we'll kickstart. Thank you. Yeah, I can see all the likes. Thank you. Hello, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening once again. Happy to have all of you here. Give me a purple heart if you can hear me. Ah, nice, nice, nice. Or any color of heart. Okay, okay, okay. Looks good. Looks good. So we have Mookie here. We have Kwan here. Unfortunately, we won't be having RCE Thomas. He'll not be able to make it. So we are gonna be stuck with Mookie and Kwan. But before we start, I see some interesting people on the call. Haley, big shout out to you, Haley. And Quails, of course. How could I not mention Quails? Stay with Somnia, stay with Quails. Quails is right here in here. Can you give me a heart, Quails? Okay. We also have Julia here. Big shout out to you, Julia. Um and we also have MBE, a great guy. Nice to have you here, MBE. Right. So let's dive right into the session. Um, so this is the first ever edition of the Somnia Yappers Lounge, and it's basically where we get to have fun, chat with our top yappers. Kind of basically learn from them what they are doing, and try and also rank on the leaderboard, right? And I'm gonna be your host today. My name is Isaac. I'm the social media manager at Somnia, and I'm excited to have all of you here. Let's drop some emojis. So I would want us to give a warm welcome to our special guests, Muki and Kwan. Um, I think we can kick it off with some intros. Muki and Kwan. Uh, can you kind of briefly introduce yourself and tell us what initially you into Web3 and Somnia? So yeah, we can start with Muki.
Yeah, hi. Nice to meet you guys. It's awesome to be up here. So, a little intro into who I am. I'm Muki, 30. I've been in Web3 for about like 5 years, but previously before that, I was in
Mhm.
crypto for like 2 years, trading out
Oh,
E and E. So it was pretty interesting times, right? And
yeah.
I was actually like super focused on was actually like educating people, growing communities and all that, right? And if for anybody that actually knows me, they could actually say that for a fact because, of course, out there interacting and making out content every single time. So why I was actually like pulled into Somnia was because I saw that they were building something really special in terms of the high speed capabilities. When you're looking at like over 1 million transactions per second and the scalability of the blockchain. And also, right, when I came in here, I basically also fell in love with the community that was being built. So, like, what's not to be super excited about Somnia for? So, thank you very much. Awesome to be out here.
I know. Happy to have you, Mookie. I mean, you have been like one of our top guys. Like you have been phenomenal. So yeah, happy to have you. And Kwan, let's hear from you.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's your boy Quan. A little background about me. I've been in crypto since about 2017, and in around 2021, Q3, Q4, I got into NFTs and rode the whole Web3 train for a couple years. It was pretty wild ride, man. Pretty wild ride.
Yeah, I
But
know.
yeah, it was a great experience, and I decided to stick with it because I definitely see the potential with this space. A lot of people, came and left, but the people still here building, man. We're building the future, and it's really exciting, and it only gets more exciting every day. So yeah, that's my Web3 story. And with Somnia, I heard it first in a other side trip. Garga was talking about some type of collab with you guys about a year ago, and then when I seen it on the Kaido leaderboard, I was like, all right, I gotta really dig back in and see what's going on. So
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. Oh, nice, nice. That's really good to hear. I mean, um, you have also been cooking, so it's good to kind of finally get to meet both of you and let the whole community hear from you, get to know your tactics, etc. All right, so I I mean, I from my perspective, and I believe that a lot of the guests would also want to know um, what sort of inspired you to become so active and passionate about sharing Somnia with the world, right? So, Kwan, feel free to uh, um, go first.
Sure. Yeah. Mookie talked about it first, just the technology with crypto gaming.
Hmm.
The 1 million transactions is pretty insane. It's
Yep.
an actual layer one designed around gaming and metaverse scalability, which you don't really see with other chains. You kind of just build the chain and then try to, add a bunch of stuff on to make it work with games. And I feel like that was a big issue last cycle
Yeah.
with a lot of projects and developers. It was just tacky and didn't work. So that's what makes it really bullish about Somnia is that they're
Yeah.
actually focusing on the metaverse and gaming.
Hmm. Hmm. Of course. I mean, um, like with the 1 million TPS class, basically what our goal is to enable builders to build what they couldn't formerly build, right? So if they had bottlenecks, if they had issues with TPS, with like throughput, now we are kind of creating an enabling environment for them to be able to do that easily. Yeah, so that's kind of the story, and thank you for sharing that. Mookie, you're up.
Yeah, so when actually like looking at Somnia really early, I kind of realized that, all those things that were being done by the blockchain and the product
Mhm.
itself was really big and something that people should feel super involved in and like try to get involved with, right? So
Yeah.
so when like we started looking into that, right, we saw the real foundation for creators that was being set in place for users, for the developers, right?
Hmm.
And we kind of saw that this is a great place for anybody to actually grow out from. So that actually motivated me into like speaking to people, communicating with my community and audience, right, and trying
Yeah.
to connect them with Somnia and what they have in store in crypto.
Yeah, yeah. That sounds fantastic, okay. Um, and I mean, it makes a lot of sense because we are kind of creating. We want an environment where creators would have the autonomy, would have the ability to create, and then get like good rewards for it as well. And so that's kind of what we want to achieve when it comes to creators. All right. So I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of the people on this call are not new to both of you because you guys are like absolute legends. And we have noticed the amazing content that you share about Somnia. Um, I sometimes retweet some of your stuff, quote tweet them, kind of comment on them, and it's been really good. It's been a good experience uh, as far as we are concerned, right? Working with you guys. Now, from your experience, what type of content consistently gets the community buzzing the most, right? Which type of content do you think um, gets you a lot of engagement eh, in terms of like uh, um, like the likes, comment, retweet, quote tweets, like the general buzz? So, Moki, you can take it away.
Yeah, so like I'm a huge fan of
Hmm.
simplicity, right? I'm a person
Okay.
that believes in like the more simple something is the better you could actually onboard people into like whatever message you're trying to pass on. So I believe that with simple and clear updates and threads that could actually pass on real value to the consumers or people out there on the timeline, right? That's the best way to actually pass on messages. So when you explain like useful updates and things that are super important for people to actually grab on, they tend to engage and they tend to like engage with such content, right?
Mhm.
So I'm just a believer in like simplicity and passing on the real value from your content that you're putting out there on the timeline.
Yeah, totally. I agree with you. Like it doesn't make sense to overcomplicate things, right? Simplicity is always the best. Yeah, totally agree with you on that. All right, Kwan.
Yeah, I agree with the simple aspect.
Mm-hmm.
People, and especially when people are scrolling, man. Like I think threads are great, but sometimes I feel like they're overwhelming. A lot of people they don't formulate them well enough, and people just
Yeah.
scroll past them. So you want to put stuff into bite-sized pieces for people, and I think using videos and images for Somnia is really powerful. Just like a picture of like some of the metaverse stuff for the games, like that grabs people's attention, and they'll likely comment or watch the video or something longer than if you would have just made a longer thread without any images.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. Like it's so typical on crypto Twitter. Like people's attention span is not more than like 2 seconds. So if they come across a post and it doesn't like kind of get them on the spot, they just scroll right past it. So you need to either have like a like a really visually stimulating image or GIF or video to really capture the attention, right? So yeah, I totally agree with you on that as well. All right, now for those on the call, I think this is going to be one of the juicy parts. So if you're not paying attention, you should pay attention now, right? Because this one is going to be really interesting for you. So I would want to know from both of you, if you can talk about one powerful strategy or hack you've discovered that kind of significantly boosted your engagement around Somnia, right? It could be anything at all. So we want to just kind of have a look into that. Um, yeah, Kwan, you can go ahead.
Sure, I think X communities are pretty underrated. Mookie does a good job of using that, especially the
Yep.
Somnia one. But yeah, X communities are pretty good. I use it for Pudgy Penguin. Certain communities you'll find out like which ones are really good for to boost and throttle engagement. But yeah, I would look into using Somnia specifically because it lets you tap into their community, which a
Mhm.
lot of other products don't have. So
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Got it. What about you, Mookie?
So I feel like aside what Quan said, right, which was
Mhm.
a very good point, is this kind of like not it doesn't get really spoken about, right? The power of hooks. So when you're using a great hook on your content, it's actually gonna
Mhm.
pulling some attention, and also knowing like the kind of audience you have, the time they're gonna be like online, that speaks well as well. Recognizing the timing for when your audience is actually active and they could catch on your post. So that's also something great to actually take note of. And as well as updates, they're kind of like coming in, jumping quick, jumping fast, because
Yeah.
everybody loves to like catch up on breaking news and know what's like really fresh out there in
Mhm.
the moment. Also coming back to like the point of simplicity, right? So keep it short, keep it direct, keep it simple, and people are obviously gonna connect with that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree with you like 100% on that, especially the part where you talked about the hook, right? So, um, like with every post, you need to kind of have a hook, something that would kind of catch your audience, right? And that is really important. Totally agree with you on that. Now, these are really great insights, guys. So for those tuning in or those who just tuning in want to be the next top yapper for this month, um, what's one golden piece of advice you'd give them? Moki, you can start on that because I know there are a lot of people that would that would want to be in your shoes now because like 30 days being consistent over 30 days is not easy, right? Sometimes you might wake up and not feel like sharing anything. You might be you might be in a low mood, but you guys have been consistent. So, what is that one piece of advice you'd want to give to everyone on this call?
You know what? You literally answered the question yourself, right?
I know.
Because that's the one thing that I was gonna say. I was just gonna be like,
Yeah.
be consistent, be out there, engage with people, make
Yep.
your content. Don't let anything stop you. Just keep it simple, have fun, and people will tend to like do better with
Mhm.
passion, right? So
Yeah.
have passion for whatever you're doing, and simple, just like you said it already. Be consistent, and you don't need to
Mhm.
be perfect. Just have fun while you're doing it as well. So thank you.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you so much, Yuki. And Kwan.
Yeah, I think for Kaido, consistency is very important. I mean, the 7 day, you see like how much it fluctuates because
Hmm.
people are posting so much, and especially as we get closer to the snapshot, people start to ramp up. So
Yeah.
definitely want to you definitely want to be consistent, and I think just don't overthink it. Like a lot of people overthink stuff, and just post whatever you're interested in. Like
Yeah.
what I'll do is I'll look at some of the accounts, like whatever they're doing, like the projects, and just
Hmm.
see like what the news is, and I'll just post my thoughts on it,
Hmm.
and it could be as simple as that.
Yeah, yeah, totally. I agree. Um, like consistency is very critical, and like I mentioned earlier, if you are consistent over a period of time, you would definitely get to see the results. And I think that is something that has helped both of you to be on like the in the top three over 30 days, which is like by no means a small feat, right? So thank you for that. Um, all right. Now, this is also an interesting one. Um, kind of ties into the previous one, but I'll ask anyways. Do you guys plan your posts ahead, or you create it spontaneously based on trending topics? Right. I'm curious about your creative process, as I'm pretty sure our audience is also.
Yeah, I'm big on planning ahead. X
Hmm.
has a draft feature, so you can actually like type posts and save them.
Hmm.
And it's better on the website version,
Hmm.
and you can use like the mobile version to save it, but because it's not linked to the app for some reason, I wish they would change that. But I
Yeah.
definitely plan ahead, and if you can jump, like if you're on X a lot and you can jump on spontaneous news and stuff, it's definitely worth it. You'll probably get a lot more engagement and stuff for breaking news.
Yeah. 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 Totally agree.
I could basically say for a fact that Quan, straight up covered it, right? Because, I feel like an hybrid version might be the best, right? In terms of you could be spontaneous and at the same time you could actually like draft out ideas, right? To catch up on whatever info you need to pass. So that's one way at which like I handle it. We actually like, go with the spontaneous feels to actually catch up with breaking news or whatever comes. Like Quan said, that's actually, you're going to get a whole lot of engagement from that because people love to see and read what is actually like really fresh out there in the market and on the timeline, right? And also, right, if you're trying to like it up like high quality content, then drafting works where you can actually like draft out the content, keep it down there, in the draft for like whenever you're ready to post, when like going back to previously said, the timing of your audience, right? When they're most active on the timeline. So you draft that, keep it till then you post it out on the timeline. So I feel like an hybrid method works in this sense. There are times you're gonna need to be spontaneous with your post, and there are
Mhm.
times you're gonna need to like draft them.
Exactly. I mean, I totally agree with you, Mookie. Also, I do think that another important thing it would be the timing, right? So there are peak times to post, and there are certain times that don't really work well, right? So I think that should also be another important thing. Okay, so I see. Let me give a big shout out to Directive Creator. He's here. Uh, Massive love to you. One of the top builders on Somnia. Um, we also have our Somnia intern. He's right here. Big shout out to you, intern. Um, All right, so now let's continue. In terms of uh, what you have learned so far, I mean, in terms of uh, um, like lessons, I, I believe a lot of the people in the audience would also want to know what the valuable or one valuable lesson you've learned about community building from your experience as a top yapper so far. So, Moki, you can take it away.
Okay, so what I'm gonna say right now is that connection, when you're looking at that, that really matters, right? Because at the end of the day, that's what people are going to remember you for.
Hmm.
So the more you actually interact with your audience, you're making them feel like they're proud of you, right?
Yeah.
Your followers aren't just like numbers on the screen, or they're actually people. So the better you like interact with them and communicate with them is the more they're gonna like engage with you, because they're gonna want to grow with you in the process of
Hmm.
actually creating your content. So that's just what I'm gonna say. Like, connection really does matter at the end of the day. So if you're trying to like scale up in whatever, whether it be Yapper leaderboard or content creation straight up or whatever, right? Connection is what actually matters, right? So go out there and build out relationships. Thank you very much.
Yep. Thank you too. Kwan.
Yeah, I agree with what Mookie said there. But I also think another good thing is just like to showcase your wins.
Hmm.
I feel like a lot of people they won't do that. Like I don't know, it's kind of like self-imposter syndrome or something. Like if you're climbing the ranks, you don't have to be number one to post that stuff, man. Like
Yeah.
just post what you're doing, what you're grinding, like whatever gains you made and whatever it is, like just post it, and you'll be surprised about the engagement and the support you'll get and how that can help build like your brand and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally agree with you on that. Um, like also tying back into what Moki said, it's not just about the numbers, right? You need to connect with your audience, with the people you're communicating with, and that is where I believe the magic happens. Yeah, totally agree with you on that. All right, now, I mean, this is something that I personally wanted to ask. Reflecting back, if you had to choose probably just one highlight from your experience with this Somnia community, um, what would that be? Loki?
Okay. So like, I feel everybody and anybody, right, is gonna be most impressed when they feel appreciated, because getting that much love from the team, respect, the level of support that I'm actually like getting from Somnia at the
Mm-hmm.
moment, right? Recognized by the team is something that you don't just experience anywhere and everywhere, right? So this has been like the major highlight for me and the experience I've been getting from the Somnia community.
Wow, that is really nice to hear. Um, you know, as part of the Somnia team, what we basically do is to kind of look out for like promising creators, look out for people that create really interesting content, and then try and like build a relationship with them. And I'm happy, like it's turning out really
Yeah,
well. I'm
yeah,
happy it's turning,
facts. Like,
yeah.
that's something that people don't really like, focus on, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's that relationship building. Like I said previously with the previous questions and stuff, right?
Yeah.
The more you actually like appreciate people and build up a relationship, is the more that they're gonna like engage with you or create
Mm-hmm.
content and stuff like that, right? Because they're gonna feel appreciated. They're gonna feel like, they're gonna feel connected with the building process of whatever product or project you're trying to go. And in this case, Somnia, right?
Yeah.
So, with the level of communication, the connection, the relationship, the appreciation that I've been getting from the
Mm-hmm.
team, like, now,
Yeah.
it's a no-brainer. It's literally a no-brainer.
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree with you on that. And sometimes it's interesting to know that, like, having that kind of recognition in itself is an incentive. So you might not necessarily be able to incentivize the person in terms of like giving them like maybe tokens or like NFTs or anything of that sort. Just that recognition is like a huge incentive. I've noticed for a lot of people. Yeah. All right, Kwan.
Yeah, I agree with Mookie again on this, man. To
Yeah.
be invited to speak on the spaces and get a follow from the official account and everybody from the team, it means a lot.
Mhm.
And I haven't seen any other project on Kaido do this yet.
Yeah.
So I mean, you guys are ahead of the game, and yeah, it's just exciting to be a part of this, man. Definitely not going to forget doing this.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thank you. And we are more than happy to do this and have you guys here. All right. So I think we're almost wrapping up. We're getting onto like 30 minutes. Any final advice or encouraging words for those who are aspiring to be featured next month? Or you you want to still maintain your position and say you're not going to give anyone else the seat? Okay.
I guess I'm just gonna keep the alpha, bro. I'm just gonna keep it. I'm, I'm just joking, but it's easy. It's super easy and straightforward, right? The
Yeah.
one thing I'm just gonna say is just go out there, start, start making content, start being out there, start interacting with the
Mm-hmm.
projects, right? Be active, be consistent, show people why you actually believe in the project, right? Contribute to the projects that you're looking
Mm-hmm.
for, and make it like super organic, be passionate about it, because passion really goes a long way, right? So if you actually do all this, right, then you're taking the steps in the right direction. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah. 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 I couldn't have said it better. Kwan.
Yeah, yeah. I just want to say, like, we're early, man. We're early to Kaido. We're early to Web3. I've seen a lot of people come and go. Like I said, I started with 500 followers about a year and a half ago, and I've just showed up every single day, and I've been able to capitalize on Kaido. I'm going all in on Kaido, man. I really think there's a huge potential here,
Mm-hmm.
and if you want to climb the leaderboards, you can do it. You just have to be consistent, post good content, and support people that support you, man. And you can definitely climb the leaderboards. I mean, I've done it myself, so yeah.
Yep. 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 And you've done a pretty good job at it too. So congrats. All right, so we'll move into the final section of this space where we're gonna kind of have an open mic and allow uh, members in the audience ask questions, right? So we'll take about a maximum of maybe 3 questions, and then we'll call it a day. So, who wants to ask a question? If you want to ask, just request to be a speaker, and I'm gonna open it up for you. Okay, so Kearney. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So massive shout outs to Kearney. All right, Kearney, do you want to speak? If you want to speak, you can. I thought I saw your request. All right, no problem. It's Koma. It's Koma. You are a speaker now. You can unmute and speak.
Hey, sorry, I think there was a bit of a lag on my end. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Cool. Awesome. Hey, yeah, congrats to all three of you. You guys are I just see your guys' content every day, and I'm on X like obsessively, so really just a testament to like your consistency and making good content. Um the question I had was like how do you leverage AI to make the contents that you guys do? Because obviously, everyone is using AI to in one way, shape, or another, and I'd just be curious about like how all three of you just use AI and to make your workflows a bit easier.
Sure, I'll go first. I'm a big fan of Grok. I'm not sure the exact like algo and stuff, but for Grok seems like a lot more updated than like ChatGPT for crypto related stuff. So like when breaking news drops and if I don't understand it, I'll just throw it into Grok, man, and see what'll come back with me and have a conversation with it. Try to get some details and then I'll help that formulate my post for whatever I'm trying to do.
Okay, so do I need to answer that as well? Because Quan did
Yep, you could.
that one.
Yeah,
So, but
yeah,
like, Like one thing I say to people generally is that AI is a tool and not actually here to replace people, right? So they're there to actually make your job or whatever you're doing better, right? So like Juan said, the best way if you're actually like looking to make research into projects here on X, right, is to utilize Grok and gain like basic info about whatever you need, right? On the recent updates or whatever, deep dive into projects. You're gonna be surprised about like some information that's gonna be coming back at you from Grok, right? So whenever you get like some keynotes, right, you take notes of some certain things that you've done research from there and utilize that into making your content, right? And with that, you've basically covered like every important details that you need about that project.
Yep. I mean, you guys have said it all. And I think in terms of AI, it's not good to kind of like um, mindlessly copy and paste from AI. I think that you can use it to kind of get ideas. You can use it to help with grammar, with spellings, but copying and pasting exactly what the output it gives you, you might not exactly get the results you want. So yeah, I think it's good to work with the AI, not like do copy and paste and
You
just
know,
put
you
it
know,
on
you know the
socials.
most, the most craziest thing, right? Like no matter whatever kind of AI you're gonna use, they would never give you a great hook. That's the
Yeah,
thing. Just try
yeah,
going to AI and say to make a hook for you or make a joke for you. It's not gonna do that. Like everybody can
yeah.
tell that. Oh yeah, it's AI. So
it's
yeah,
it's gonna be a bad joke.
dad's joke, bro.
Yeah. All right, so
I
let's
had a
I have
question. Is this Emmanuel, by the way, or is it someone else? Sorry.
no this is Isaac.
Oh, Isaac. Sorry. I have a question for you actually, because
Yeah.
I make a lot of content about trying to take difficult topics like IceDB,
Hmm.
like how Somnia actually works, and make it into like digestible chunks.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if that's interesting enough for people to want to know. Like, is that something
Mhm.
that, like, as from a Somnia perspective, that you guys care about, or is it just more about like, hey, we're super fast and like, look at all the cool stuff we're building on top of it?
No, so it is something we actually do care about. Just because when you're doing something like that, it's good to kind of have like an analogy, right? Make an analogy because I'm gonna assume that not everyone is like a developer, right? To be able to understand what we mean when we say IceDB, right? Um, if we're talking about like our database and the read and write seconds, we're saying is probably 10 to 100 nanoseconds. It might be kind of complex for people to understand, right? So if you make an analogy with it, uh, make it relatable to something that people can easily understand, yes, then it's like it goes a long way to make it more fun and interesting. So yes, it is something that we care about, and it's not just about the TPS or just about the fact that we are super fast, which we are. So yeah, yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Okay, thank you. I'll go back to the listeners. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right. Next question. I see we have Otto Sultan. No, I think it was Adesoji. Adesoji. Um, okay, Adesoji. You can unmute and speak.
They're up here though.
Yeah.
Oh
Hello,
yeah.
good evening.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was going to ask a question about the reward system and the snapshot.
Okay.
Yeah, so when I started farming, when I started using Somnia, interacting with
Mhm.
Somnia, I connected a different EVM wallet from the one on my Kaito.
Oh, okay.
Do you get me?
Yes, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Um,
So does he affect when I started interacting with Somnia? I I got like immersed with Somnia from Kwan's and RCE Thomas post, because I see their post a lot, and
Mhm.
I didn't even like take note of I didn't know there was a reward or ladder board, so I didn't like know if I was part of the snapshot for the last week.
Okay, so the snapshot was taken from Kaito. So
Yeah.
technically, you would need to have your wallet on Kaito, the wallet that you put in Kaito, uh,
Okay.
and use that one to connect. Um,
I,
I'm assuming that is the one you're referring to, right? The rewards for the Kaito and not the 50K one on Zili.
no, I'm referring to the one on Kaito.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
So you would have to. Mhm.
what happens when you use, like, when you have a different wallet connected to your Kaito and a different one connected to your Somia? How then do you like receive the reward, either the top 100 or top 20?
Yeah. So what we have done is that when you connect your wallet, you need to be eligible, right? So
Yes.
if it is not that same wallet that you're connecting with, it's not going to be eligible.
Okay.
Y-
So
Yeah. So
what can be done in this scenario?
so your problem is that you have two separate or two different wallets, right?
Yes. Yes.
And you don't have access to the one you used on Kaito, or what's the situation there?
Yes, the one I used on Kaito, like, Kaito started like months ago.
Yeah.
So the one I used on Kaito, like, I had a shady interaction on it, so I felt it was compromised. I forgot to like change it. So when I wanted to like start interacting with Somia, I created a new wallet to start using on Somia.
Oh, okay. So send us a DM. I'm
Okay,
gonna check internally and then get your feedback on that. Right.
okay, that's nice. Then great work on what you guys
Yeah.
are doing and building. Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah,
Adesui.
yeah. Thank you very much.
All right. So I see we have Belal PZ. Um, Belal, you're up. You can unmute and speak. Hello, Belal. If you're speaking, you're muted.
Hello.
Hello.
Um, Hi. Morning.
Good morning.
Um, Congrats to Mookie and Kwan and the others who are in the top rank. I just wanted to ask, how about others and me who are making video contents, but based in Kaito, it's more on tweeting.
Yeah, Mookie, you want to take that?
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, after all, when you're looking into Kaito and the whole Yapper leaderboard, right? Nobody actually really knows how it works in terms of the way they give the points and whatever, right? So there's no saying if video content creators are getting like lesser points or more or anything, right? So the best way that I'm gonna say like to actually take this up is maybe try to reach out to the Kaito team and see maybe there are actually like certain differences in terms of making video content and written content, right? That would bring up some clarity. But if you're doing it, strictly out of passion and stuff, still just keep on writing with the video content anyway. With the attention span and stuff in Web3, right? Video content are a great way to go, as well. So I'll just suggest maybe like actually getting like the real updates from the Kaito team in terms of video content.
Yep. And also, if you're doing like solid video content, I would also kind of uh, advise that you add like maybe a little copy to it and like tweet it out, right? In addition to the video, I think that would also help a lot. Yeah. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And Kwan.
yeah. No, I just think it's unfortunate. I mean, it's currently prioritizes like wording and stuff like that. But in the future, I'd imagine they'll try to incorporate some way to reward people that make video content. So
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't give up on it completely, but as they're saying, put some words in your post, make sure to tag the projects you're speaking about, and just stay consistent.
Yep. Thank you, Con.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
All right. So Auto Sultan, let me see. Auto Sultan, you're up. You can unmute and speak.
Hello, Sarah. Can you hear me?
Yep. Yep. We can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. So about the title, I just want to ask some question. Like, title sometimes is not counted when we spend content time or time. Is the first my question. So, if you can give me a solution for that, please tell us. And the second one is why the testnet on Somnia sometimes website is lagging and the on-chain is lagging. Thank you.
Auto Sultan, I didn't really get what you asked because there was like a background noise. Or there was like someone talking in the background. So
Okay, okay,
yeah, I
okay.
didn't
Sorry.
really
Yeah.
get you. Yeah.
Yeah, I will repeat it. My first question is about the title. Yeah, it's not first time for us see about the campaign on the title.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem was the native language is not support as well on the title. So many local community cannot participate because local language is not supporting, and the second one on the Kaito have some issues if the Kaito is not a fair one because match account is not counted or get jail. So if you can give a solution for this, really appreciated to hear. And the second question is about the Somnia. Why the testnet is left ignored, right?
Yeah.
The question is why sometimes I'm using doing a testnet, uh, the website is lagging and sometimes text is violent. So maybe you can explain for us about this problem.
Okay. Moki-kon, would you want to take the first question?
Okay, so the first question I think is talking about like actually using like languages in written content, right? And how
Yeah.
it have effects in Kaito, right? I'm gonna say this as well. I've not really seen much people from with contents written in other languages on Kaido, right? So I believe it's gonna be something that the Kaido team are gonna like maybe look forward to like integrate in some type of way in the future, right? But currently, if you're trying to actually utilize that currently, maybe the best way would be maybe to translate the content into like English via like all those tools, translator, even AI tools, and translate it into English and utilize it with the tag projects, right? So those are actually ways that you can still get the best out of your written content currently.
Yep. Thank you, Muki. And also, Auto Sultan, for your second question about the testnet sometimes being down. Yeah, we did have. If you're talking about the recent one, this week we did have like a scheduled maintenance, and so that was the issue. Um, Previously, if the network is up, we have like a status on the testnet page where it shows that it's live. If it's down, you also see that it's down. But for most of the time, it's up. If you're also talking about the speed of, like, if you're talking about the website, and probably if you're loading, it's not loading. I would say definitely check on your internet connection. That could be a factor. Otherwise, I think like most people have a pretty decent user experience on there. Yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Yes, yes, that's answer all my question. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Mo.
You're most welcome. All right. So, um, Moki Kwan, are you guys okay to do like one more?
Yeah, I'm cool with one more.
Okay. All right. Um, so let's see. Um, Trophy, yeah, Trophy requested early. Hello, Trophy. You're speaking out. Please feel free to unmute and speak. Trophy, if you're speaking, we can't hear you. Please unmute. Otherwise, um, we would have to. Okay, the Iceman. The Iceman. Uh, please feel free to unmute and speak.
GM, everybody, Somnia, everybody that's in here. Appreciate you holding the space, bringing me up here. I didn't really have a question, but I just kind of wanted to add on to what Mookie and Kwan
Mm-hmm.
have done with their tweeting. What I've learned from them is visuals. I mean, we kind of talked about it or whatever, but if you're creating long form content, don't make it a lot of words. Put pictures, put videos. While you're doing this stuff on these test nets and in the dream world, take screen captures of what you're actually doing because people want to see the things that you guys are offering, and what better way than the users to actually give other people on the timeline actual visuals of actual gameplay or things like that. So that's kind of one thing I've learned from them that I thought I'd share with you guys. Just and it does help, and just post it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't pay attention to don't pay attention to the likes or your your Cato points and stuff like that because during the week, getting the Yap points are very hard. So the weekends, the alpha is to just yap yap about Somnia, yap about whatever you guys want to yap about because that's when a lot of people are away from the desk. They take little vacations, they walk away, but you know being here on the weekends and showing up and being consistent is one thing that'll get you, on the leaderboard or on your way up.
Yeah, yeah, and that's a good point. Like a lot of accounts on the 7 day, like they're not even major big accounts. They might not get the most insane engagement, but Kaido's algo rewards their consistency. And it tries to scan for the valuable content. So don't get discouraged by likes and engagement. Just post whatever you're doing and just keep riding.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, totally. I mean, um, Iceman, you hit the nail right on the head. Couldn't have said it better. Consistency is very important, like in the long term. Yep. All right, guys.
Yeah, and
Uh-huh.
also, right, just adding quick before we end it out, don't copy and paste content, right?
Yeah.
Post
Yeah.
something original because, of course, that makes like a huge difference.
Hmm.
That's anything. So I just wanted to add that.
Yep. Definitely have to be like original, genuine, and creative, right? I mean, like you can read something and be inspired by it. You don't need to copy and paste it. You can find new ways of saying the same thing, new ways of saying what you've seen or what you've read, but don't just copy and paste mindlessly. That won't get you far, right? Yeah. All right, guys. So we are getting to the hour now, and our time is up. I think this has been like an interesting one. This has been very incredible. I loved every minute of it, and a huge thanks to our amazing guests, Buki and Kwan. You guys are phenomenal. You are legends in the Somnia ecosystem. And guys, remember, keep yapping, keep engaging, and you might be our next star. So stay tuned for next month's launch. Well, technically this month's launch, just that we'll have it the first week of the following month. So until then, keep the energy high and J Somnia to all of you. Peace out and see you on next. Bye.
Thank you for having us, and
Mhm.
be the love you hope to receive. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
sure. Sure. You're welcome. Okay. Bye.